Alright, welcome to Stage 3 Easy of Ghost Babel. We're going to be going over both any percent and Hound strats. This is a much more difficult stage compared to 1 and 2. At the start, you want to cross this guard. Don't cross like that, don't cross too early or else you'll run into them. You have to delay a moment and do that. If you want to be easier about it, just cross like this, and then you don't have to interact with the guard at all. It's a little bit slower, but not significantly. It's like a few frames. So just keep that in mind. If you delay too much, there's a chance this guard will see you, which you don't want, because then this next screen, you're going to have to deal with guard RNG. So it's not too bad, but try to make this line as clean as possible. So just delay a moment before crossing over if you go right side, or just go left, it's fine. The start of this stage is identical between Hound and any percent, so just hold down right on the rat screen. It's called rats because Snake says rats, so. Coming up next is the water skip or wave skip, where we will be crossing the screen as a water wave is crossing the screen. And then after that, there's an additional water skip based on how well we did the first skip. There's a frame window where we can do that. So to begin, what you're going to do is run along this line in the water. That'll set us up as far left as possible, so we can turn immediately to the left as we enter the next area. So these waves come regularly. This is not random. They're static intervals. So the goal is to cross that screen, that left edge of the screen, as the next water wave is crossing. First thing we need to do, though, is get onto the ladder. So there are multiple strategies for this. I'm going to show what I consider to be the easiest strategy, which is the water watch. But if you look at the wiki, there's several ways to do this. It is completely up to you. It's personal preference. What it works for you is what works for you. If it gives you consistent results, go for that. That's what really matters, because otherwise it's all the same. It's the same intervals. So there's no optimal strategy in terms of RTA, because all the strategies that involve losing time, it's just RTA time loss, not IGT time loss. So you're going to let this water waves pass you by. Get on this ladder as soon as possible, and then wait until the water wave passes before you get off. Don't get off like that, because you'll run into the wave, the edge of the wave. You need to let the wave actually clear and go. Run around the rubble. And so this strat, you turn, and I'm going to show you when I leave. Just go frame by frame. You see right here, right where this is my visual cue, it's this little chunk of the debris. When the water wave hits here, I'm going to start moving to the right. And then Snake is going to appear, fully appear. So I'm just frame advancing here. So the background loads in and then Snake loads in. At this point, RTA, I'm not playing frame by frame. When I'm actually playing, of course, I hold left. See, that happened because we're doing frame advance. It's not quite like the moment Snake appears, but as a human being, your reaction time is going to work out in your favor there. So you're going to skip the water wave after that point. The benefit of this strat is that we don't really have to worry about the timing of our line too much. Whereas the other strats, you need to get off the ladder as soon as possible, aside from the one where you wait and watch the radar screen for the water wave's position. So wait, boom, and that'll work. This water wave is all dependent on your movement and timing of the previous wave skip. If you are fast enough, you can do this. If you're not fast enough or you're not confident, this is what you'll do. You'll go over here, just sit on this ladder. It's faster to do that than to get hit by the water wave and get carried away. And then you'll just run this way. And as you cross that screen, as long as you're not delaying, the next water wave will cross at the same time. So you're fine. If you are fast, and we'll see if the frame window works here, you're going to bump on this debris, go as tight as possible. See, I got carried away. So let's try this again. It's too soon. This is all practice oriented, so you'll get more and more comfortable with this. I might get carried away again. Yeah. Generally, I suggest, like, you know, you have to practice this all as a unit. Let's see if that was enough. You'll see that. There we go. See, he'll get hit. As long as he's deep enough into this little corridor, he'll get hit, but not get blown back. So that's the second water skip. And then just run straight for this ladder. Like I said, there's multiple ways to do the water skip, so just take a look at the wiki and figure out which one works best for you. Just take some trial and error and experimentation. So now we are in the watchtower. We're looking for Kris Jenner, and she is wearing a red cap. We know where to go, so we're just going to follow this path. Depending on whether you're doing any percent or Hound, the strategy for the tower is going to be quite different. We're going to deal with each of these separately because they're significantly different. So this part is pretty technical on any percent. I would argue that it's harder on any percent than Hound, but it's not too bad. So pay attention to how I move. I'll try to walk through it as it goes along. I'm going to go through this door, and then you're going to round this corner as tightly as possible and quickly as possible. This guard's going to notice you. You see this little dip here that I like change my movement pattern. That's intentional. Trying not to get caught up on this corner. By doing up left here, that'll cause the guard to shoot like that. He's going to shoot up left or punch up left. We don't want him shooting left. Oops. Usually what will happen, again, guard behavior is RNG. He will wait there and then shoot left, and that's bad. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to do this little cross thing, and then diagonal up left, and then down left. Then diagonal down right, past this guard. Very important that that all happens in sequence without any delays, or else that second guard can hit you. Then just hold down. You're going to enter this screen, and you're going to immediately hold right. And on Hound, this guard is going to spot you to reinitiate the alert, because the alert clears super fast on, or did I say Hound? I meant easy difficulty. Alerts clear very quickly on easy, which we can use to our benefit here. So he's just going to hit the interior of the door and completely miss us. So right, down right. He's going to hit that. This is the noisy floor room. Right here, we're going to hold upright and just sort of make a zigzag around this guard. So this tile, hold upright, and just run around him like that. And then this room, there's a guard that is complete RNG. There's not really much we can do about this guy, sadly. What you want to do here, so I recommend pausing here to see what he's doing. If he shoots, that's good. You want him to shoot, he's gonna miss. So I'm gonna hold up right and go to the door. But he doesn't always shoot. Sometimes he punches, so let's hopefully get that pattern. Yeah, so if he punches, this is the slower pattern. We're gonna wait a moment. Wait a moment and then move so that he shoots the wall. This is faster than getting knocked over, because if you just move here, you're gonna get knocked over and that's slower. So wait, let him shoot. He might shoot you again, even 3 times. 3 is bad, but ideally what happens is you delay just enough that he just shoots once and then you move along. Getting shot is faster than getting knocked down, of course. Hopefully you get the good luck there, but it's not in your control. So let's go over that whole bit again in sequence. It's a lot happening at once. So diagonal to influence this guard. Diagonal to influence this guard. Hold down. Hold right. Down right. Get around this crate. Up right, down right. Pause buffer to see what this guy does. Wait. And then go. Now let's talk about Hound, which is a lot easier. Way, way easier. Shoot and kill this guy. Continue running. Cross over to open the door. Down right. And then you diagonal up to make him hear a noise above you, or above him. Then he moves like that, and you just wait for him to move. Like I said, this is way simpler than any %. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Okay, so now we're going into the Gassy Box Room. This is one of the most challenging movement segments in the entire game. And it's in stage 3, which is pretty funny. Just a lot of turning to do here. If you were doing any %, it's very simple. You're just gonna run past this guy like that. And you're good. If you're doing Hound, what you do here is shoot him and kill him. So the alert will initiate, but as long as a guard doesn't see us, the alert doesn't count. So then we're gonna kill this guy and then enter the room. Sometimes a guard will spawn, but all he's gonna do is notice that his friend fell to the ground and died. So that's okay. That shot is a little tricky. Boom. Oh, he actually did see us. So this is not entirely consistent. There we go. I think you should just delay the shot a little bit. Like that. There you go. So that's Hound. Pretty cool. We're gonna enter this room and pick up the card. No guards in here on this difficulty. And then on the way back, this is where the movement really gets challenging. If you turn, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be very close to. You move efficiently here, you can run past a guard. If you don't move efficiently, you need to knock this guard out. Let me repeat, you have to knock this guard out if you don't move efficiently, because otherwise you're gonna cause an alert and you won't be able to use the elevator. You can't use elevators on alert and evasion. So very important, if you ever get caught on a corner here, don't risk it, just knock the guard out. But if you move well, like this, you'll pass him. But because there's so much turning here, it's very easy to mess up, so it's a fun room, but challenging. So that's how that should look. If you're too slow, just kill him. It's fine. That's the gas mask. We do not need it. It's worthless. Then we're gonna approach the elevator here. Press the elevator panel. When you're waiting for the elevator, what I recommend is going prone and crawling like this to make sure you're as close to the door as possible. Because if you like hold up like this, you'll go against the wall. So just crawl next to it and crawl as close as you can. How fast the elevator comes is random. Go figure. And you're gonna hold upright and then punch. The moment you press the elevator button, you want to pause, because the animation of the elevator door closing will still happen even when the game is paused with the menu. And the IGT is paused in this way, so that is going to save you a lot of time throughout this run. Very important to do that, since this game speedrun is based off of IGT, not RTA, in-game time, not real-time attack. So what this also means is that you will want to do a lot of your menus, if possible, in the elevator, since you're already going to be pausing anyways. This saves a significant amount of time throughout the whole run. You hear 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, and then the 4th line. Once it crosses, you're going to pause this blue line. You can also count the red lights on the corners. So this 4th line, pause, let the door fully open, and then exit. So we'll see it one more time. From after I press the button. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you deal with elevators. It's a little bit different when the elevator goes down, but we'll show that on the next stage. Then we're going to enter the spiral room. Oops. Spiral room. So on any %, very simple, hold down right. This red cap's going to punch the wall. And you're going to just keep on moving along. So not a whole lot to say there. Just make sure you go the proper direction at the spiral juncture. So let's just show Hound because it's more interesting. You're going to kill this guard. Like that. Then you're going to do a warning shot to distract this guard. Take the right path here. Right path, right path. And then we go through this door. Hold left. And then here, we just run through the lasers. The important thing here, if you're trying to save on alerts, is to make sure that when you're approaching this door, you hold up left, because right there, the guard is attacking, but he is not seeing us. It's a very weird combination of mechanics here, because the guards attack based off of your movement, but he didn't actually see us, or else the red exclamation mark would have appeared. So he's just attacking on instinct, but has not spotted us yet. So you have to time this right so that he attacks like that. That's important for Hound. Doesn't really matter for any %, but you might as well move the same way regardless in case you ever run rank 1. It doesn't really matter. We have one more card door. Down left at that shadow, and that's Chris. And that's stage 3. Much more challenging stage. A lot more technical stuff going on. But once you get it all down, it's a very satisfying stage. So thank you for watching. Stage 3 easy of Ghost Babel.